You know what? Coaches most of the time weren't satisfied with how the team plays sometimes. I didn't really care how we played in a sense. I just wanted to get the win because I know how tough it will be. Flying back from Los Angeles, getting up this morning, coming, watching film, having shoot around and then have to go and play against a team that's, I think a team like this is very, very dangerous. I'm just glad we got off to a good start.
You got off of playing from LA, you have to play back-to-back like you said, and then you got off to a fast start today, 11-2. How worried were you about the energy and just the movement on the defensive end, and what was the key to that fast start?
Well, we were extremely worried about the start of the game and what type of energy the players would have because we know they were fatigued. Really tough loss against Mississippi State. Debriefed a little bit. I don't think they liked the conversations that we had after that game, but we were able to bounce back. We bounced back and win the game against Grambling. Then we traveled. We came back. We prepared as much and as hard as we could for this particular team. We knew what their strengths were. We wanted to take it away, and we wanted to exploit it on the offensive end. I was just glad that we were able to get some stops and get some easy buckets early on. I know this team is tired when Alicia's tired. I saw Alicia get some early shots right there underneath the basket, and she missed them, those chippies. She had no legs, and at that point I was worried. I knew we was going to have to go to the bench early. We went to the bench early, and they gave us some energy.
What could you and your staff do to manage the minutes and fatigue other than going into the bench? Or
there's nothing else you could do. We just need the players on the bench to understand how important it was for them to go out and do what they do the best of their ability and not play TSU's game. We need to play the way we needed to play, and I think we went out there and did it for the most part.
Devery Owens transfers here from Utah with a reputation as a shooter. Gives you a couple of three-pointers tonight, including one at the end of the first. Is she starting to round into that form, and how much can your offense get a boost once she starts hitting her shots consistently?
Well, I hope she does round into that form sooner than later, simply because Devery has the ability to stretch the defense. And when you can stretch the defense and open up driving lanes and also give Alicia, Steph, Dai'ja opportunities to work in the post. And if they ever get double, because Alicia gets double a lot, if she kicks out to a player like Devery Owens, then she can get some single coverages, then she can do some damage.
You go into the locker room at halftime with a 12-point lead. What kind of conversations did you have? What kind of adjustments did you try to make for the second half?
Well, what we wanted to do, I was a little upset going into half. I thought their pressure defense was hindering the way we should be flowing into our offense or definitely getting the ball reversed. I didn't think we was getting the ball reversed with the proper timing. Either the guard who needed to make the pass was being harassed, or the person who was receiving the pass wasn't doing what they needed to do to get open. So the conversation at halftime wasn't my nicest, but we came out, we made some adjustments, and I'm just glad we were able to wear that team down by going to our bench.
You talked at the beginning of the season about Kiara Perry picking up your system as fast as anybody on the team. She gives you 11 and 6 today. How is she doing as far as becoming the player that you thought she could as she rounds back into shape after missing last year with an injury?
Well, I'm gonna say this. From the start of the season, she was already that player that I expected her to be. As a matter of fact, she came along a whole lot quicker. And I think it was because we made a concentrated effort to not give her as many hours or minutes on the practice court. We try to manage her time on the practice court so she'll be ready for the games. And so far, that method has been working very well for us.
This victory makes your team 5-0 at home this year. Mackenzie Adams mentioned it a couple games ago about defending Moody Coliseum. How much do you all as a team talk about that?
Well, I put it on the board as one of our goals. We want to try to protect home court for a couple of reasons. We want to own it. We want to make sure our opponents know this is not an easy place to win. But also, when you're trying to build your fan base, you want to give the fans something to appreciate the hard work. And I think when people come and they see a victory, they're more willing to come back than if you fall short of that.
Today was your third game in 4 days. Now you have another quick turnaround. Wednesday, you host Seattle. What do you need to do to regroup and keep some energy in the legs to get ready for another game?
Well, I just met them in the locker room and I told them enjoy the victory, get something good to eat, go home, relax. We have to be in the gym tomorrow morning at 9 watching film. Then we're going to go through a walkthrough because our men play as well, so that's the only time we have on the game floor, and we do want to practice on the game floor. So they have a quick turnaround and be back in here in the morning. Then we play on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So to me, getting up early, getting it done, gives them time to get off of their feet, get some rest for early tip time.